Another Metro treble rounded off another winning week for the team last weekend, thanks to Taormina, Kangaroo Court and Omni-Man. Let's hope we can keep the memento going into the final weekend of the 2022-23 season. Special Envoy will look to add a second win to his name over 1800 metres on Saturday at Ramwick in the benchmark 78 handicap. This European import won impressively with Adam Hieronymus last time out and looks to have taken great improvement from the run. Are you happy with him heading into Saturday's race?
It was a great effort from Special Envoy to bounce back last start. Certainly more in line with the performance we were expecting from him. He was able to settle and get the run of the race, and that certainly helped in the turnaround in performance. Expecting him to race right up to that run once again. He remains at the same trip, obviously carrying a little bit more weight, having won previously, but he looks to be improving each time he steps out. I think he's held his form. Can certainly produce another strong performance for us.
Too Much Caviar will also line up in the benchmark 78 handicap. He is third up and stepping up to 1800 metres, so he looks primed to be fighting out the finish. Are you happy with his work this week?
Too Much Caviar is improving nicely throughout his campaign. I feel now third up he's really ready to produce a peak for this preparation. It usually does take a few races for him to show his best. And now we're starting to get up into the distance range where he can be more effective. He's trained on nicely since his previous run. He looks in good shape. As I said, I think you'll see a big improvement in his performance today.
Stonecoat just missed out on the placings in his last start. He is sticking at the mile and stepping up in class to a benchmark 88 handicap. He will jump from barrier 7 with Adam in the saddle. Talk us through his chances.
Really pleased with Stonecoat going into this weekend. Felt it was a very honest performance there last start. Whilst he was beaten as favourite in that particular race, I certainly feel he had excuses and there was plenty of merit to the performance, plenty of pressure in that race, and I feel he finds a race today where I think he'll get things more to his liking. It looks a better setup for him. Third up at the mile, I think he'll run a very strong race.
Star Mistress has made her way back to Sydney after beginning her campaign in Melbourne, where she secured a win over 1200 metres on a heavy track. She is stepping up in trip to 1300 metres. Will the conditions on Saturday play in her favour?
Star Mistress has arrived up from Melbourne in really good shape. I thought she performed very well down there. Very consistent with a couple of tough, honest performances. Dropping back to the 1300, certainly more to her liking. She may have just been a bit stretched there last start. She's settled in really well. Her work's certainly been right up to the mark since she's arrived in Sydney, and certainly feels she'll be well placed here.